Thank you for joining this channel again and for watching this particular video. Today we are going to discuss the second part of why people hesitate to start a business even when they do not even have a job. Last time we discussed 4 points, and if you haven't watched that particular video, I want you to watch that part 1 video, then you come to this part 2. Some more points, and one of them is time constraints, all right, or time commitment, because most people say, I don't have the time to start a business. What do you mean you don't have the time to start a business and yet you do not have a job? What are you spending time doing? When you wake up in the morning, what do you do? What is this you spend time doing, right? One thing I want to assure you is that running a business requires a significant time or amount of time and effort. And some people are reluctant to commit any time or any necessary hours because they fear, okay, that they might affect their personal life. What does that tell you? What is this personal life? Sometimes maybe, yeah, it's acceptable if you have young children, yes, and you're starting a business, that may affect the time you spend with your kids. But remember, for you to be able to take care of your children, you need some money, right? So perhaps you need to structure the way you are going to spend your time. What time are you going to spend with your children? How much time are you going to spend on your job? And sometimes it requires you to write down. Yeah. So get a pen and paper and say, maybe during the day, I spend time with my small children. When they sleep, then I read or I research on this particular topic. So it's important to actually sit down and plan your 24 hours per day and what is this that you're going to do. You know what? If you spend 2 hours per day building that small business, in a week, that is maybe 5 days, you have already done 10 hours. In a month, if let's say it's 4 weeks, 40 hours. And those 40 hours are so important because at the end of the year, you'll have moved some miles ahead. So having small children or having other activities may not actually be the reason why you do not want to start a business. It has nothing to do with time commitment or time constraints. It may be you just fear. And that we dealt with the issue of fear last time. So please watch that other video. Let me go to the second point, lack of support. Most people think that without a strong support system or mentorship, starting a business can feel isolating. And it's very true. People need encouragement and guidance to take the plunge, especially if you have to leave your current employer. Maybe you're uncomfortable, you feel you're not getting enough money, and you want to take the plunge and start a new business. Sometimes you need a nudge, someone to push you, and maybe that's when now you call upon maybe a mentor or a coach to help you figure out at what point should you leave your current employment. Yeah, so that that support system that you establish maybe from a mentor or coach, it will help you actually make the final decision as what is the best point to slow down on what I'm doing and start accelerating on the business that you want to build. So although a lack of support, yes, may actually slow you down or may delay you achieving the goals that you have, sometimes it's always good just start so that when the day you'll get a mentor, you'll say, this is what I have thought about, this is what I've been doing for the last 3 months. Could you please support me in accelerating the progress so that I can achieve my goals faster? So just start wherever you are. Just start. Don't wait until you have somebody to push you, because sometimes, let me tell you, when you start a business, it's quite a lonely process. But once you get the momentum and you start building your networks, you realize that you will get so many people giving you so many new ideas, and you'll appreciate that because you have actually tested that particular idea as you are starting off. So please, I encourage you to start your business at any point, whether with or without support. The third point we are going to discuss today is resource limitations. Like limited access to resources, tools, and technology can be a barrier. This includes everything from office space to software and equipment. And we mentioned this last time, and resource constraints nowadays may not be all that much, because if you're watching this particular video, it means that you have a smartphone. And that could actually be the beginning point or where you start your business. Just that smartphone is enough. In fact, if you could join our Be Unlimited entrepreneurial circle, we will be able to assist you figure out what it is you could be doing with the phone by the time you generate enough cash to be able to buy a computer or a laptop, right? So if you have a phone and you're watching this, you have what it takes. Just purchase this particular book, because this is a ticket to joining the Be Unlimited community or Be Unlimited Africa community. And once you purchase this book, the link is right here below, then we will be able to work as a team and we'll be able to move to the next level. So don't fear resources. Actually, those ones come from our networks. That should not be a hindrance. The fourth item is navigating, or rather, overwhelming regulations. That is, navigating the legal and regulatory requirements can be daunting. Many fear the complexity of licenses, permits, and even compliance issues. Remember, when you are starting your business, we always advise you, in fact, that particular information is in this book. We always advise you to register a company, right? For example, if you're in Kenya, just go to eCitizen online, register your company. Ensure actually you can register, nowadays you can register a company, a limited company as an individual. Just go in there, register, it's not that expensive. And then with your smartphone, with those two things, you can actually join us and we start helping you to build that business. Our community is actually, we share a lot of information very freely. So these legal and regulatory concerns, we again have shared resources where we consult lawyers and people who can support us in various questions, tax matters, registerings of those companies, making returns at the end of the year. So there's a lot that we support one another in. So do not fear, join us, and let's start building our business and be independent. Maybe you're being housed by your relative. Maybe soon you can actually be able to rent your small house. So let's work at it and do not get worried. We'll actually walk with you step by step. And thanks for listening to those 4 points. I'll share some more points later in a part 3. For this one is part 2. And thanks for listening for now. Have a good day. Goodbye.